Where are you? Hello, everyone. As y'all know, this is Gail Dudley, the publisher and CEO of Ready Publication. This is our Ready Action Circle, and we are going live talking about bra fitting, with it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We will not be able to comment with you as the live is going on. However, we do have people here that if you have any questions, post them, and we will be answering your questions as we are doing our fitting. Now, our fitting will not, somebody already said you're fitting on, no, we will not be fitting on here. So please, this is a lot of great information, so we want you to be aware of it. We want you to have the conversation. Personally, I had my own scare a couple of weeks ago, and I learned about this. I came into, can I mention this? To Connie, thank you. I was wondering. I came into Connie to be fitted and learn so much. And I decided that this needs to be a Ready Action Circle for all of you that are out there. It is so important to take care of our health, and that's including our breasts, and having an understanding of what that looks like. And it means you also have to invest in yourself, making sure you are investing in a great bra. So with that, we're going to turn it over to Kylie and I'm going to say it correct. Alomi bra. So please, feel free to stay on. There's going to be so much great information on here. So I will let you, so you can get a view for who's in the room. We have Tina, Regina, Cheryl, Deborah, Kim. Y'all know Deborah and Kim are our writers. And Tanya. So go, you're on.
Kylie, okay. So I've introduced myself to the ladies in the room, but for the viewers, I work for a company called Evedon. We're based out of the UK, and our products are Alomi Fantasy, Freya, and Goddess. And our specialty is full fit bras, and also petite full fit bras. So we start in specific brands, we start in 28 bands, which is really important because there are a lot of women out there who need 28 bands, and we also go up to, I believe in our Goddess, I want to say 50 band. So we have one of the largest ranges in the laundry industry, I would say. We also go up to a K-cup, which is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Ds. So, and a lot of women don't even know that those exist because honestly, even 20, 25 years ago, they didn't really exist. The technology has come a long way, and a lot of these brands in the UK are doing amazing work, and we have our head designer of Alomi, her name is Liesl, and she lives in the UK, and I want to say she is a 34 double J herself. And when it comes to the technology and designing these new frames and these new bras, what they really do is they start at the largest sizes and then they work their way down, and they really perfect those larger sizes instead of the opposite way, because a lot of brands will go in and be like, cool, we've got our Ds, we got our double Ds, and then we start getting up to larger cup sizes and they're not always as supportive. So it's important for us, for our full-busted ladies and our petite full-busted, and I can go into that more about the difference, is that they're getting the same exact support in a K cup or a double J cup that a woman who's a 32D is getting as well. So the difference between full fit and full figure, a woman can be full figure, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's a full fit. So personally, I'm a size 14, and I am considered full figure. However, I'm considered a petite full fit because I wear a 32 band. So a full, what do we really say, 36, kind of starting more of our fuller fits. Mm-hmm. So once we start getting into those 28, 30, 32, 34 bands, that's really a petite full fit because your body is shaped a little differently. I have a really small rib cage, but everywhere else I'm a little fuller figure. So, and a lot of women look at me and they'll be like, oh, what are you, a 36D, 36C? And I'm like, no, I'm a 34 double G, 32H, depending on the bra and the style and the day, you know. So we definitely, I'd like to say that we're one of the experts in the lingerie game at this point. We've come out with such good product, and also we're at the point now, we're at this turning point in the last 5 years where we're making beautiful fashion too, which a lot of women who are full busted, they feel like they walk into a store and they're like, oh, all I can get is ugly, beige, boring bras. So that's not it anymore. We've got some amazing stuff, even this fall coming out. So we've got you guys are in for a treat. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So when it comes to fitting, so what I do is I travel around to different stores throughout the Midwest and even the country. I've gone to some really cool places. I was in Curacao in the Bahamas last year helping out at stores and doing fittings for different events, and I go to Canada and New York and Vegas to help with different shows and everything. So I teach product knowledge to employees, I train employees, and I help them learn fitting, and I also fit customers myself. So for me, it's really important that education, passing that on to employees in the store so they can walk away with the correct knowledge, especially in our brands, because they're UK and the sizing is different, and you know, the wires and how the bras are just built are a little different. So them walking away with that knowledge is important to me. And so, and plus I worked for Chris here as her assistant, and I love working in retail, but really for me it was the fitting that I loved so much, and I became so passionate about it. And once I had the opportunity for this role, and I was like, wow, I get to fit all the time, which is basically what I loved about coming to work every day. So it was really an amazing opportunity for me. So yeah, so when it comes to fitting, you know, Chris talked about how the different points of the bra and how it's supposed to fit. It is really important because 90 to 95% of your support is coming from your band. And one of the biggest fitting faux pas, I would say, that we see is way too big of a band, way too small of a cup. So normally most women have to go down to at least a band size, sometimes 2, sometimes 6 band sizes, because they're wearing such a big band to compensate to get the coverage that they need, because they don't realize that the cup sizes go up that high. So most women, we put them in much smaller of a band, much bigger of a cup to get the coverage and the support that they need. So your 3 most really important points of fit. The number 1 is that your band is snug enough. You want it parallel to the ground, which is important because many women think when your band's riding up in the back that it's too tight, but really it's the opposite. Your band is huge, and it needs to be nice and parallel to the floor, low on your back, and pretty much the same around, because that's what's giving the support, and that's what's doing the heavy lifting for you. Your straps maybe make up 5 to 10%. And a lot of bras, you should be able to slide your straps up and you're still sitting up and supported and perky, because your straps are just there for comfort and to make you feel secure, really. They're not doing the job that the band in the cup is doing. So, and that's really a misconception that I think a lot of women have. And then it's very important for your wires, especially women who do wear wires, that it's clearing the breast tissue back here, because I find a lot of women, their wires like here on them, and they're like, it's so uncomfortable. And I'm like, well, yeah, you have a wire pushing into your tissue all day, every day. I'm like, that's why you whip your bra off when you get home, because it's uncomfortable and you hate it, you know? So really, it's important that, like, my wire is right here. And because this is breast tissue right here. This is where my wire sits. It's right under my armpit, because that's how far my tissue goes back. And for me, I can't even imagine like wearing it so close to my, and I knew a woman actually who developed a small cyst on her tissue because her band was too big and it was moving all day, every day, and it was just constantly rubbing, basically like a blister on her skin, because it was just constantly rubbing over and over in the same spot. So, and I felt it, and I was like, well, I mean, your wire's sitting on your breast tissue, so that's a big, we got her fitted, and it was a very big difference for her. So, and then also tacking is important, because that means that the band fits correctly. You want it to sit nice and snug in between your breast tissue, and that's that right here in your bra is called a gore. So that gore, you can do a plunging one, you can do a higher one, it depends on the coverage that you like, but 95% of the time, it's not perfect on everybody, but it should tack right nice and comfortable in between your breasts there. So if it's out to here, it probably means that your cup is not big enough, because your cup isn't big enough to go completely around your breast tissue, and so it's not being able to tack to your chest wall there. So those are the 3 really main points of fit that I look for and that I teach, because once you get those, really it's just about style at that point. Because once we got size figured out, it's about the style that works with you and your body and your breast tissue, because everybody's different. So, and there's a lot of styles out there. You know, personally, I like unlined bras, which it's a cut and sewn, and so it has seams on it, and it really does an amazing job of lifting and supporting. There's t-shirt bras, which are also great. They don't give the exact same type of support that a cut and sewn or an unlined bra does, but they have their place and they're great, you know, for certain outfits, certain occasions. And you know, you have your balconettes, which cut lower, so you're not getting that super high coverage. And there's just a lot of fun styles and we'll be able to play with some today, which will be fun.
Yay!
So that's pretty much, you know, a run through of what I do and what I teach. Do we have questions?
Yeah, come on, y'all.
Let's
Bring
do
out
it.
the
I love
questions.
them. Let's do it.
I do. So
Yes.
when a young girl is growing up and they're starting to bud and they're looking for a bra, you know, back in the day we called them training bras. When do you suggest that that young girl gets fitted?
Okay, so this is so different and I actually, because for the people watching, I just got back from Detroit and I was helping at a store up there with a fitting event. It was called Plush and Lush. It was really fun because their focus was on full fit and Alomi bras. And so a mom brought her 12-year-old daughter in, and she was a 32F, which is 4Ds. So, and her mom's like, oh, she's been wearing like little cotton stretchy sports bras and her back hurts all the time. I was like, well, I'm like, she's not getting any support whatsoever from those bras. And so we found a very, like a soft wire. And you will find that certain bras and certain brands over others have a little more aggressive of a wire or a more wide set wire. It just depends on how it's designed. So we found something for her, but honestly, it depends so much on the girl and on what she's comfortable with. And that, you know, I still find some 12-year-olds that you know, feel uncomfortable with me being in the room, and some don't, you know. So I think it's important to start the education very early, and especially with teenagers, because as they grow, they can take that knowledge with them, and we like to get them as early as possible into the correct fitting bra, and for them to know that they need to be in the correct fitting bra. You know, I just worked with a blogger in Indianapolis recently, and she was 19, and she was a 28 double G. She was so tiny, and she was so full fit, and she was like, I had no idea that these bras existed, and I was like, please tell all of your other 19-year-old followers, like 30,000 followers on Instagram, because that education is so important, especially for girls, you know, especially if they don't have a mother figure in their life to teach them and help them.
Right.
It's important for them to know that there are options out there, that they can come to a store and have a woman like me or like Chris or like Connie in the department who can help guide them through that and really help them find the support that they need. So I say as early as possible, personally, you know, whenever the daughter is comfortable. So, yeah.
So thank you.
So I have a question. I was pinging my sister while we're talking, and she has her daughter. My niece turned 17 today, and she's not real big. So her question for me was, do they have anything for girls to be a little bit larger? Because she's 17, but she doesn't have a big breast.
So does she need like just a smaller, larger in what way? What do you mean?
I think she's saying to make her, because she's really self-conscious.
To make her look.
Yeah, I think she's self-conscious. that she
So
doesn't have
there
much.
are push-up bras out there. I have a love-hate relationship with push-up bras personally, because my company doesn't make any push-up bras. We don't do push-up bras in general, because we feel that there are certain styles that can naturally give you great cleavage, and you don't need that push-up. And honestly, some of these push-up bras are so thick, and they're just pushing into your tissue all day, and I don't really feel like they are, I don't want to say healthy because I can't back that claim, but I think that there are styles that we could find that have a low plunging gore and that aren't cut so high that we could still find great cleavage and make her look amazing without having all of that thick padding in that push-up bra. And honestly, it's just about different styles too. Like our Freya brand, which we carry here, we have a bra called Deco, and we joke that I call it the Boobylicious bra because it's a very low cut gore, and it gives amazing cleavage. I think Chris calls it like with the Get the Ring bra or something like that. So it has no push up.
I need that.
But it has no push-up in it at all. It has some molding to it, which it's a t-shirt bra, so it's got a little thicker molding to it, but there's no padding in it that you have to set your tissue on just to make you look bigger. It naturally enhances you to make you look bigger. So I don't think, personally, I would love to see all push-up bras thrown away. But I, you know what? They have their place, and I think they're great if that's what someone loves and that's what they want. So I think it's totally fine. Yes. Whoever wants to go. Yep.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So my question is, I have kids that are very, very athletic,
Mhm.
and so they spend a good portion of their time in sports bras.
Mhm.
How do you know how to properly fit? Because I know we think naturally just the tighter and the smaller fit, the better.
Mhm.
That may not
So
necessarily
we
be
make
so.
cup-sized sports bras,
Okay.
which is
Oh, wow.
Because then when I find when you do
Yes.
the cup ones, they don't seem as supportive.
Yes.
So
Wow.
We make cup-sized swim. We make cup-sized swim, and we make cup-sized sport bras, specifically because women who are full-figured, and full fit, and petite full fit. You know, especially sports bras, it's so important. And I have a sister who's 18. She plays field hockey in college, and she's like, I need them strapped in.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
so especially if you're full busted. So the technology is very similar to, you know, a regular bra, but a lot of the time it has moisture wicking. They'll do different fabrics and everything. And sometimes they come up higher too, because you want that coverage, you want to feel very secure. And I do find a lot of sports bras have a J hook on the back, which is a hook on the strap that you can make it turn into a racer back, which is really nice. So Lomi makes the sports bra, Freya makes amazing sports bras, and I have both brands. So, and I know you also carry Notori sports bras here. Does Chantel have a sports bra here as well? Okay, I thought they did. So there's definitely options, but I always recommend cup-sized sports bras because, you know, the soft ones that don't really have a band, and they're great for someone who maybe isn't super full fit and isn't doing like hard cardio, you know, rough and tumble where they need that support. But I absolutely say a band and cup-sized sports bras are very important. So yes, but they're out there. They're definitely out there. So they're soft. Definitely.
I want to find out how long should you wear your bra. When I say how long, I know women who sleep in their bras. They have them on all the time.
Definitely.
I see other people, as soon as they walk in the door, my girlfriend says before she puts her purse down, her bra is off. She sometimes does it in the car. She
Yep.
gets it off, and then it's off for the rest of the day. Is there a problem with
okay,
not
you
wearing
know?
your bra?
It's at the end of the day, you guys are the ones. You know, you guys are the ones that have to wear your bra. You're comfortable, and if you feel comfortable, I sleep in bralettes, and they're soft. They don't have a wire to them.
Okay.
And because personally, it's uncomfortable for me when I don't wear one for a long period of time. So I like that support, and I have an overhead bralette, and I have one that has hooks in the back. So I go between them, but I like that support for when I'm lounging around the house and when I'm sleeping. And bralettes are really great for that because they're not going to give the same lift and support as a regular bra, but they're really nice just to kind of be comfortable and still feel like you're getting some lift and support. So, you know, but honestly, it's personal preference. You can wear your bra 24 hours a day if you really want to. It's going to wear out a little quicker, you know. Your band's going to stretch, and it's going to break down a little faster, but, you know, proper care and, taking care of it. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Any other questions?
I have another
Yeah.
question. Sometimes I've heard of women who've said they've had their straps like digging into their shoulders. What's causing that?
That is because your band is normally too big, and your straps are doing all of the lifting for you. So when your straps are, and I've met women that have indentations in their shoulders from over the years, and it's because their breasts are weighing so heavily on their shoulders. Those straps are just working so hard to try to lift and support when it needs to be coming from the band. And most of the time, the solution to that is going smaller in the band, so all that pressure isn't being put on your shoulders from the straps. Okay. So, because like I said earlier, you should easily be able to kind of put your straps on the side of your shoulders and still be up and lifted. Your straps shouldn't be doing that hard work, because eventually it's going to wear on your shoulders, it's going to wear on your back. And, all these women that come in and they're like, oh, I have horrible back issues. I'm like, a lot of that can be fixed, because you're just not getting the right support. And really that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, most of the time. Yeah. No?
I do have a question. We talked about you're wearing your bras and now I've learned today it's not like your jeans, like the,
Yeah.
you know? So- right.
Yeah.
So, two, should you get different styles for different needs, for example?
We like to call it like a bra wardrobe. It's kind of like a wardrobe that you have with your regular clothes. And I do suggest that if you're going to wear a bra a lot, proper care is really important. Making sure you're not using heavy washing, like Woolite. Never use Woolite on your. Trust me, there's.
Oh, really?
Mhm. That Woolite
Really?
breaks down those fibers so much.
I thought that would be.
So there's lingerie wash here, and the lingerie wash is softer. And honestly, if you can hand wash your bras, that's great. Honestly, like I know women who throw them in the tub overnight and let them soak with lingerie wash, and they just hang them to dry. And so that's a really good option, or in the sink or something like that. If you're gonna wash them in the regular washer, get a lingerie bag, because that's gonna help it not to catch on things, and it kind of helps really the longevity. And also, as your bands are stretching, pull them into your tighter hooks, because that's something that a lot of women don't think about. You always want to wear your bra on the loosest hook.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was going to ask
Yep,
that.
on your loosest hook, because then as it stretches with all that wear, you can pull it in tighter and tighter, and it really helps make the bra last for you.
What's the price point?
Anywhere from the bras in this department, 45, 48 to 90, in the 80s and 90s.
88.
Probably. So it really depends on the bra, and even between the same brand, you can have a bra that's $15 more because the technology is a little different, and the lace, or we have bras that have special lace that's been designed like based on levers lace, and it's gonna be a little more expensive than a basic bra or just even a t-shirt bra, So it just depends, and that's why I always say, once you know your size and your brands that you like, always hunt for good sales too. Because I've found, I wear a 34 double G, 32H, and I've found bras for my own company that have gone on sale for like $18. So it just depends. So, yep.
I have a question about bra size and bra maker or bra designer.
Sure.
So if I wear a certain size bra cup for, say, Naomi,
Sure.
is it going to be the same size bra cup if I move into a different brand, like say Maidenform?
Sure. So here is where it starts getting tricky, and this throws a lot of people off, because I have UK sizing, because our company is based in the UK. So the UK sizing is a lot different than French sizing or US sizing. They use different letters. So for us, we go up to a K cup. However, certain brands in the US and French brands will only stop at a certain size. And once you phase out of that size, you really can't wear that brand anymore. So, for example, so a good example, I wear a 32H in a Lomi. However, that's a UKH. So a UKH and a USH are different from each other, and that does throw people. We call it bra math. It can be tricky. And so what I always do when I write down sizes for people, I tell them how many Ds it is, because so right now I'm in a 32 UKH, so I'm 8 Ds, as opposed to a USH is going to be what, 5 Ds. So it's different. So if you walk in and you're like, oh, I'm a 32H in Chantel, I'd be like, cool, you're 32H and you're 5Ds. But if you walked in and you're like, oh, in Alomi, I only wear 32Hs, and I'm like, cool, you're 8Ds. So it just depends on the company and also where they're based out of. And some just don't even go past a certain size because it's hard. The technology is hard. The larger the cup size gets, and it's hard to perfect. And a lot of brands are slowly getting there, trying to get up into those fuller cup sizes, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of seasons of designing and learning and tearing bras apart and putting them back together. So we're getting there. I'm hoping eventually someday most brands will be able to get to at least where we are, so there's more options for people. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, because you can easily make the assumption that because I wear a 38 double D in this name brand, I can go into any store and just go to the bra rack and pick out another 38 double D.
And even between brands, it can be completely different. There are certain bras that run small in the cup, and I'm like, oh, I automatically know I have to go. Like if I fit you in a specific bra, I'd be like, I don't know what size you are yet, but let's say a 36G. and I'm like, great, this 36G looks perfect, but if I bring another style and I know the cup runs smaller, the cup runs big, I'm automatically in my mind shifting what size I'm gonna put on you because I know it's not gonna fit the same. And that's why it's so important to be able to come in and try things on, because a lot of people will order and they're like, oh, it doesn't fit the same. And I'm like, well, that's also why it's important to try on too. So that makes a big difference, yeah.
So then I have an off-the-wall
I
question.
love it.
Kind of.
Those are my favorite.
So from a hygiene perspective, when you go into stores, they have all these bras for you to try on.
Oh, I know, yeah.
What? Where does that fall from a hygiene standpoint? So a million people have tried these bras on now. Since
Yes.
yes.
All the skin cells and sweat and all the feelings are in those bras.
Should I be wearing pasties underneath?
So
or what should I be
you
doing?
also have to remember though that a lot of the time when I'm putting a bra on someone, it's on for sometimes 10 seconds at the most. Because if I know it's the wrong size, I'm like, okay, no, we're gonna take it off. Like I'm not. You're not really just like sitting around, letting yourself like stew. You know what I mean? Like in a bra. So it's I like to think, and especially there are some bras that I'll put on you that have probably never even been on a body before.
Okay.
Because there's such a wide size range. It's not like, oh, we have a D, a double D, and a triple D. You know, here they have hundreds of sizes. So there's some that have probably never even touched a person. You know, because they just that style didn't go out. So yeah.
So should we wash them first? I'm sorry.
I know, just to follow up to this. So it's not like the 5-second rule, right? Because what we know is if it hit the ground, there is no 5-second rule. It is tainted, it is dirty. Don't do that. And so even though it may,
pretty clean too.
right. So even though it's just for a few seconds, are they sprayed? Are they, what transition takes place between fittings?
If we feel that a bra, you know, and we're tactful about it, but if we do feel that a bra, you know, if someone has maybe a skin, something with their skin or something with, and obviously very tactful about it, we probably will do what you normally take it to alteration sometimes, or I think sometimes they've even been like taken out of inventory if we feel that the bra can't be sold.
Okay.
So that if we feel that it's past the point, we just take it out and it's usually sent back. So, which has happened before because everybody's bodies are different and it happens. So, but most of the time they are taken out of rotation if they're at that point. So yeah.
Just don't know people clean.
So should we wash them as soon as we get home
And
with them?
a lot of people do. You know, some people don't care. They really don't care. And I really don't. I most of the time I just put it on sometimes when I get home. But there's two people. There's two kinds of people.
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel more comfortable washing it when they get home, and that's totally fine too. You know, I just suggest making sure you're doing a wash that is good for lingerie and for the bra, and making sure we're not drying it.
So a lingerie specific detergent.
There's lingerie detergent. They have it here in the department. She can show it to you.
Okay.
There's specific lingerie wash. It's better on the fibers, and also some people just use like baby shampoo too, because it's very soft and it's not super harsh in chemicals, and it doesn't break down those fibers. So
Do you also sell here the mesh bags?
yes, yep, she's
That
got
you
them.
can separate if you want to throw them in the rest?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Any last burning questions before we go get fitted?
Well, I do. I have a friend who recently had breast surgery. In terms of the prosthetic bras, are those covered by insurance or?
So it depends on the insurance, but Nordstrom does take specific types of insurance, and they have an entire prosthesis department within lingerie, and they are trained by specific standards, and they take the state boards and everything. So it's a process, and you have to go through a certain amount of fits to be declared a prosthesis fitter.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot to it. I don't do it anymore now, but they help with the paperwork. They help with sending it to the insurance, and insurance a lot of time covers how many bras a year? 4 bras a year.
Nice.
And
four bras a season.
a season, yeah. Which and What's nice is Nordstrom is able to put pockets into regular bras. They don't have to be prosthesis bras. There are lots of prosthesis bras out there. Amona is a really great brand, and they make bras with pockets in them already. However, the alterations department here is absolutely capable of putting pockets in for you if you want a pretty bra and you want something kind of fun. So, and they have the breast forms here that they help you kind of measure and work with. I helped a lady a couple weeks ago when I was in Indy, and they actually had me come in on the prosthesis fit because she wanted, she was an Alome customer, and she was actually my sample size, and I had samples, so we were able to use her breast form and see how she filled out certain specific cups, which was really nice for her. Yeah, so lots of options. Yep.
All right, sisters. I know. So here's what I'm going to do for our sign off of Facebook. What's one thing you want to tell your friends, family, female friends, family about the need to get their breasts properly measured for a bra?
Fit is everything.
Invest in yourself. Don't trip over how much it is. You are worth it, and your breasts are worth it.
Absolutely. Take the time to do it. You will feel so much better. I know that for sure.
Invest in yourself, buying and getting fit for the right bra. You learned today.
Don't assume that the size that you wore 10 years ago is the size.
Don't assume the size you were 6 months ago is
Right.
the same. Don't assume the size you were 6 months ago is the size that you are today, because as women we fluctuate so much in our breast tissue and our weight and hormones and everything that we can drastically be smaller or larger even within 6 months. So it's very important.
And I would advise going with a group of girlfriends. It's a lot of fun.
We do it separate though.
Let's thank Kylie and Chris and
Thank you, ladies. Wonderful.
And before we sign off of Facebook, what I really want to say is do not forget, if you live in America, November the 6th is coming. For many states, early voting has already started. That's what this issue is about today, this month, this quarter. Politically Savvy, please pick it up. It's also on Amazon if you want the digital copy. Thanks for joining us. Again, post your questions. I know the game is going. Y'all told me the game is on. But you can please watch this and post questions, and we'll give you business cards of who you should see, and you can talk to any of the ladies that was in this Ready Action Circle, and we'll tell you where to go on the backside. All right, be blessed. Peace out.